This is Akshay Daga and welcome back to Epidaga's Dumbbox. In our previous video, we have already seen that how to control any device using public subscribe architecture, in which we have controlled one LED from our mobile phone, and in that case we have used our Raspberry Pi as a broker and Node MCU as a client. So our Node MCU was exactly a subscriber to which we have connected one LED. Okay, so now we'll start with our another video, so in which I'll show you how you can install AWS Amazon SDK on Raspberry Pi, and then I'll show you the demo how you can test the connections, and whatever codes are required for testing the connection, all those will be given in the description of the video. So please watch this video till end. And so in this scenario, our Raspberry Pi is acting as a client and our broker is Amazon itself. Okay, Amazon Cloud is a broker. So let's start. So what we'll do, we will log in to Amazon AWS account, and we will configure our Raspberry Pi. We will download the SDK, then we will install it. So let's begin. So start your Raspberry Pi. This is Raspberry Pi, and open Amazon account here. Okay, log in here. I already logged in. Here go to services, then go to AWS IoT. All these tips are given on my blog, whose link will be given in the description. Okay, these all are the steps you need to follow sequentially. Then go to onboard, then click on get started. Okay, select the OS. So our OS is Linux. Then SDK, we will be using Python. Okay, next. You have to provide thing name, means any device which we are going to connect or configure, it is called as a thing. Okay, so I'll put any name like AWS thing 1. Then I need to click on next, and okay, I need to click on next, and then there is one option where I can download the SDK. Okay, so I can download this connection kit. So I have already done all this procedure, and I have already clicked on the download. So I'll show you what I have downloaded. So go to downloads. So you can see one zip file will be downloaded. Then unzip this file and put all the unzipped file in one folder. So there will be 4 files. Those 4 files will be AWS certificate.pem, then private key, then public key, and then start.sh. Those 4 files will be there. Once that is done, then you need to open terminal on Raspberry Pi and run these commands. This one to check Python version, then to check OpenSSL version. Then you need to install PAHO MQTT, which is similar to Mosquitto, which provides MQTT. Then you need to update using this command. Then the next thing is you need to download root -ca.crt file. Okay, for that you need to run this start.sh file, which is given in this zip file, and before that you need to run this command pip install AWS IoT Python SDK. So after doing that, this root file will be downloaded. In case because of any issue, if this you are not able to download this root file, then you don't have to worry. I'll provide link here from where you will be able to download this root.ca file. It will be same for all, but you have to keep in mind that this private key and public key is for authentication purpose. Do not share your file with any other person. Okay, once that is done, then there are two Python scripts which will be provided in the description, which will like this. The first Python script is AWS IoT Publisher, and the second one is subscriber. Okay, and in this two program you need to change some things. You need to change these 6 things: AWS host, client ID, thing name, CA, certificate path, CA path, and key path. Okay, so from that AWS host I can show you where you can get that. Go to AWS IoT, go to services, AWS IoT, and then go to settings. Here you will see this endpoint. Okay, just copy this, and that's it. After copying this, you can paste it here as a AWS host. In both files, you can, this will be your AWS host. Port number will always be 8883. The client ID is your thing name. Thing name is again your same as your thing name. Then CA path, you have to write the complete path where you have placed this root -ca.crt file. Then certificate path, you have to provide that certificate cert.crt.pem file path. Then key path, you have to provide private key path. We are not using public key here. Okay, so in both the file you need to change all these 6 parameters. Okay, once that is done, I'll show you the demo. So these two files are there. You need to provide execute permission for both the files. For that you have to click on properties, then go to permission, and in front of execute you have to select anyone. Okay, do it for both the files. Okay, so first of all I'll initiate the subscriber. Okay, so execute in terminal. This is our subscriber. Okay, this is my publisher. Execute in terminal. So what our publisher Python script, what it is doing, it is generating a random number, that is temperature, from 21 to 25 degrees Celsius, in between 21 to 25 degrees Celsius, and it is sending it to AWS cloud, that is broker, and that broker is sending that value to all the subscribers. So in this case we have only one subscriber, that is AWS IoT sub.py. This is our subscriber. So you can check here, whatever data it is sending, our Python script publisher script is publishing, all those values are received by the subscriber. To cross verify, we can do one more thing. Go here, then go to monitor, not here exactly, go to test, and subscribe to the topic. Our topic name is temperature here, but I will subscribe to all the topics. So if I put hash here, that means it will subscribe to all the topics. Okay, now we have added one more subscriber, and you can see here it is also receiving all the temperature values published by the publisher Python script. See, same value you are receiving here also. Okay, so that's it guys. It was just a demo. If you are receiving all the temperature values which are published by the publisher script, that means your connection is correct. You have configured to AWS broker properly, and you have made a successful connection. Okay, once your experimentation is done, please close all the connections, because this AWS login means AWS server is free for first year, and then it will charge you some money for number of connections, number of messages you send or receive. So better you close all the connection before you, whenever you are not using it, and don't share your credential with any other person. So that's it guys, I hope you understood some basics and you saw the video. If you want any uh, script or any code which I have shown in this video, everything will be given in the description of the video. Thank you very much. And if you like this kind of videos, even this video, click on like button, then subscribe to my channel. If you have any doubt or query, you can put it in comment box. Thank you. This is Akshay Daga signing off.